Hello YouTube. Well, today I am visiting the Cole Family Land Transportation Museum here in Maine, just outside of Bangor, and it's dedicated to the land transportation used in Maine as well as the military. So let's go on inside and take a look. So as soon as I walk in the door, I can tell I'm going to be spending some time in this place. I mean, starting out with this amazing fire engine. This is a 1908 Mossig pumper and made by the Manchester Locomotive Works in Manchester, New Hampshire. It was capable of pushing out 750 to 900 gallons per minute, and it's fired, or it's a steam powered pumper, and originally this was pulled by a team of horses, just two, until 1924 when they added this tractor engine to the front and made it as you see it today. What was sort of cool is that they kept hot water running through it when it was in the station so that it was always ready to go. They didn't have to wait for the water to come up to a boil to run the steam. I think I'm just going to walk right down this aisle of there's a 1927 McCain fire truck, obviously from Bangor. And wow, that's what it looked like when they got it. And right behind it is a federal fire truck from 1939. Aaron's Fox rotary pumper from 1948. And then a Mack pumper, 1947. It's sort of cool just watching the progression of
from older to
all the fire trucks.
Yeah.
So the 1912 hand pumper, which I'm surprised considering that the steam powered one was available 4 years earlier, but this one only cost $650. Of course, 1912, $650 was quite a bit. And this is it doesn't tell me what year it is, but it's a Maxim. And then if you want to get up to the other upper levels, got the ladders. And sort of interesting having a fire department, you don't think about it, but they used wooden ladders. This is from 1930. And this is a pump here ladder that a nice folding ladder. And these wooden ladders. I think this big long one, it's like a 300-pound ladder. And actually the first time I've ever seen one of those for the LifeNet. I always see them in movies and stuff, but this is in 1923. Now, those of us from the Northeast are really familiar with snow and snow removal. And well, what did they do back in the day is before you had snow plows, you had snow rollers. weighted down with rocks, and they would just take and go along and pack the roads nice and hard, and they could run the sleighs on the runners, and the horses wouldn't be sinking into the snow. And of course, what do you do in the sidewalks? Well, you get a small granite sidewalk roller. And you got the scoops, and they still have versions of these around. The 1940 International. Quite the rig to haul the plow up and down and whatnot. And there's a wing on either side. Obviously, when the '68 blizzard was the last time this particular one was used. And of course, if you can't get through with the V-plow like this, well, you might as well get a nice big snowblower. This was 1937. Actually saw something like this for sale, a lot newer, and I toyed with the idea of buying it because it'd be cool to have and be able to do my driveway in about 5 seconds. But they wanted too much. And I can't imagine. I mean, you've got the motor to drive it in the back. There's a huge diesel to run this snowblower. And then you got your nice little model. Somebody decided that would be a good idea in 1962 and changed the way most people move snow. So I'm just going to walk down the aisle here with the various snow removal equipment. This is a 1923 Cluck Track. Same thing, wing plow, V-plow with the wings. And this is a Lynn snow plow, 1936. And of course, there are times when you don't need something quite that big. And there's a Ford plow, 1940. It's got the dump body on the back. And surprisingly, I don't really see too many of these that have wings. I got a wing on the one side. 1952 Oshkosh plow. And again, V plow with the wings on either side. Well, let's say you don't want to plow. You don't want to plow the roads, or you want to go where there are no roads. How about a Tucker Snowcat? A 1952 model. Both front and rear treads are track, and you would really want something like this in the Maine woods in the winter to be able to get around. And of course, before they had these really nice Snowcats, you got Model T Fords. Well, here's a 1926 model Ford Model TT Snowcat or snowmobile. Got dual tires, drive tire with the tracks and skis to replace the front wheels. And I wouldn't doubt that somebody did that. I believe I've seen that, where somebody had made something with tracks like that, and they would remove the wheels in summertime. They'd take the tracks off, put the front wheels back on, and still use it. A beautiful old Stanley delivery truck. Steam powered, external combustion engine, and again, I've seen them in movies, but I don't think this is the first one I've actually run across. And I want one of these kind of horns for the bus. So you get your Model T. Oh, you got your Model T tractor. Steel wheels, lugged wheels. And I'm not sure, but I bet there's a PTO in the back. Maybe? Nope. So I'm just going to walk down through here and look at all the different tractors. The Fordson tractor from 22. I like this Fordson crawler. This would have come in handy a few times in my life. 1926. Of course, getting parts probably might be hard. How about a McCormick Deering? Again, these are all steel wheeled, lugged wheels. No way you're taking them on the road or you cross the road, the town's going to kill you. 1930 John Deere. And this looks like they've got a rim to put on so you can cross the road, or they added it to make it a smooth wheel, probably so it wouldn't dig up turf. And McCormick Deering Farmall, 1937. 1941 John Deere H. Now I'm curious about this one with the, looks like dual fuel caps. And I had one, an old Farmall that had 2 tanks like that. And I never did get it running. I sold it to a collector, but I think you would start it on gasoline and then switch it over to kerosene once the engine got warmed up. It was a dual fuel, I believe. And a big crop in the day up in Maine, probably still is, potatoes. I would guess, because it gets cold enough up here to kill off a lot of the viruses that would attack potatoes, much like my friend Jim Tucker and the Tucker's farms up in the Adirondacks. Same idea, they grow seed potatoes up there. But this is a planter where a team of horses could plant 3 or 4 acres of potatoes in a day. With that, and a horse-drawn grader, all kinds of controls to raise and lower and angle the plow. Okay, so you planted all those potatoes. Now you got to harvest them. And I'm familiar with this style potato digger, where it would, as you're drawing along, you can't really see the front, but there's a blade that goes down into the ground, and the potatoes are brought up this chain. As it goes, it's going to knock all the dirt loose and drop the potatoes on top of the ground to come along and harvest them or pick them up. They still use a similar process, but this is a single row, and they the bigger ones obviously harvest multiple rows. But these two here are different. Is that the potatoes, you run along, and this is down along the edge, or it's turning by the gear, the wheels turn the gears, turn this, spin this around, or that one, and they dig the potatoes up out of the ground and toss them up on top. I'm sure they lose a lot more potatoes using this to damage with that. This one's got some rubber on it to probably protect them, as opposed to that one. That one's going to drop the potatoes on the ground. This one, flinging them out, smacking into them, is probably going to crack quite a few. But of course, you know, small garden, you may use something like this, which is the same idea. Blade goes into the ground, the potatoes slide up, the dirt falls off, the potatoes are left on top.